Hi there, another video about what I've been doing with Lego and Lego trains in particular. I've not posted anything for a while since I was busy making the Hogwarts Express and improving it over Christmas. It looks like I've not been doing a lot, but I have been doing stuff in the background. But when my brother-in-law saw what I'd done with the Hogwarts Express, he said, "You need to go and make one of these now," and named a particular British locomotive. And I thought, oh heck. And then not long after Christmas, I started to have a go at it. Well, I made a very, very quick model of one with my little boy one weekend morning. And that's given me the idea to actually make it properly with driving rods and coupling rods and motorised and all the rest of it, and tried to make it look as good as possible. So I've been working on that in the background, and rather than wait until the locomotive's finished, because it's taking a bit longer than I thought I would share where I'm up to so far, which is dun, 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 little drum roll there, which is basically to work out the mechanics of the wheel arrangement and the tender, which has taken a bit of fiddling around, I must say. Unlike Hogwarts Express, this is a different wheel arrangement. We've got 4 wheels at the front, 6 in the middle, 2 at the back, which is what gets called the Pacific class of British locomotive. And then the tender has 4 wheels again. And getting all this to work smoothly and go round and round has taken a few goes, moving it around on the curves on the track and moving it through switches to see that it just works properly. So I've got it working how I want it to at the moment, and I even got the coupling rods and the driving rods working as well. So I thought I'd show you where I've got up to with that. So the first thing to say is, one of the things I wanted to do with this, I wanted to try and keep it 6 wide if possible. I wanted to keep it to the similar scale as the Hogwarts Express, because then I can use the same carriages for it as well. But also, I think it's just a nice scale to build with. It's what Lego designed their trains to work with, and it seems to offer enough detail and enough play value that it's something that's attractive to more people. And I'm not into making something as detailed and complicated as possible and having to spend lots and lots of money on parts and bricks, as tempting as that might be. So anyway, here it is going round. And he decided, as well as making it 6 wide, to motorise the 3 wheels in the middle here, or the pair of 3 wheels, rather than having a train motor in the tender. Because the way that the locomotive looks, and I'm not going to tell you which one it is, it might become clear as I share how we're going with this, has got 4 wheels on the tender, and I wanted to make sure it could have 4 wheels on the tender, and using a Lego train motor would have made that very difficult. So what I've done there is I have 2 smaller bogies I've made there, and that's just enough movement between these 2 that it will go around the corners and through the switches okay. So I'll just show you how it does that. Put everything back on. There we go. You can see it going there. I'm going to send it through the switch. Bring it back. Now, on the actual tender of the locomotive I'm trying to make, the wheels look like they're equally spaced, and I could have left a 1 stud gap there, but that looked a bit awkward. But I have managed to make it a 1/2 a stud gap by using, if I can just hold this up, using a Technic brick to have the bogie in there, and to use one of these kind of semicircular bricks with a hole in it there to have the bogie going in there. So that only leaves effectively 1/2 a stud between them, so I'm quite pleased about that. And the next thing to look at is the underneath it here. So I've done a similar arrangement to the Hogwarts Express for keeping that front bogie moving. So we've got a little Technic lift arm there and it moving that way. But at the back, it would have been difficult to do that because you've only got a pair of wheels there. So if that was just a pair of wheels, in that kind of arrangements, it would flop around and it wouldn't stay stable. So actually, these wheels are fixed to this combination of lift arms there, so that they move that way. And then we've got another kind of Technic lift arm going on there. So hopefully that means it will go round the track without too much bother. So I have to say, well, I'm not going to show you today, but I have been trying out, is I have been able to motorise it and put a Power Functions motor on there and have it going round. So the next thing which I'm playing with at the moment is to get the right combination of gears and power from a Power Functions motor to get this to work. I did try a powered up motor, but the powered up linear motor, simple linear motor, just using the Bluetooth app to control that, there wasn't a way of just setting the speed on the train and leaving it running. You have to use, I think I was using the Batmobile version of the remote control to get it to run, and that was meant you basically had to have your finger on the app all the time to make it move, which isn't ideal. So anyway, that's where we're up to so far, and I'll share how I get on a bit further on later on. Okay, cheers for now.